And we're live.
Hey, welcome back to the Friday Night Lights. That's night with a K. D&D stream, Waterdeep, Dragon Heist. I forgot the second part of that title. And let's get started. First off, I'm your DM. I'm Taryn Winnie. That's pretty much all you need to know about me, except I play everybody else besides these lovely people. I'm going to pass it over to Corey.
His birthday.
Yeah.
His birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's also my birthday. So,
Cool.
yeah, let's pass it off to Corey. Introduce yourself, who you're playing, or what you're playing. And, yeah.
My name is Corey. You can find me on the Twitter handle that shows up on the screen. And I am currently playing a person. I am not playing a prince. I am playing a character named Prince, Prints. They're human. They are a bard. And they are really enjoying the color purple and kind of freaking out right now. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at AlexCatu. I'm playing Jaw, who is a human barbarian, a very tall, very exuberant lady who is more than happy to get into scraps and fights.
Samuel.
I'm Samuel. I'm playing the Tabaxi 5 Thorns of the Blossom, 5 to his friends, thorns to those he doesn't like, and blossom to everyone who the group introduces him to first. His class, I'm trying to keep a secret for the fun of it, but with combat upcoming, I don't think that's going to last long. I can be found over on Twitter at Eldritch Warlock.
Matt.
I'm Matt. I'm playing Hisver Umric. He's a rock gnome divination wizard, and he's kind of an odd fellow, and he has brief flashes of the future. And hopefully, with only 5 hit points coming into tonight's session, he doesn't die with our birdie friends in the room.
And last but not least, Sam.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself there. I'm Sam. I'm 65th Victor on Twitter. I'm playing Harmony, a tiefling ranger who pretends to be a half-elf. And that's all I have to say. I guess I'll wish you a happy birthday again, Taryn.
Let me tally it up. I need 2 hands for the 7th time today.
7 times today.
At least 3 times since we've gotten on this call. Yeah, so I want everyone to roll me a d20.
Okay. I know what you're doing.
Natural 20.
Okay, so we have a nat 20. How's everyone looking?
17.
Pretty good. 19.
Alex, you look like you rolled low. Alex, Matt, what you got?
It's a 6.
Matt?
I got a 9.
Okay. Alex, it looks like you're doing a recap for last
All right.
week. I wouldn't have picked anyone better.
Better for whom? Okay.
Obviously,
so,
the audience.
clearly, last session, we were at a pub. We started at the tavern at the Yawning Portal, and most of the party were playing with some tiny little toys. Jaw, not her thing. Blossom tried to pick up a chick. Jaw tried to pick up the same chick. Didn't go well. There was a fight. I won the fight. That went really well. We met a guy called Volo who had a pretty friend who got disappeared. Starwipe to a completely different pub, which was apparently the scene of the disappearance. We figured out some stuff about how this guy was disappeared, or potentially who he was with, including a Neverember Lord, or the son of a Neverember Lord, some fancy pants man. Followed that trail, got to a warehouse, sort of snuck in. Well, no.
There was some sneaking in, and then you just destroyed a door. So.
Yes, there was some sneaking and some door kicking, but we got inside, and there were Kenku, and that's where we finished.
Yeah, sounds about right to me. So without further ado, everyone roll initiative.
Son of a... Not with this.
While you guys are rolling initiative, I'm going to set the scene. So we are currently located in a warehouse. Sounds like Alex rolled really poorly again, so that's going to be great. So the party is currently facing off against a couple of Kenku with short swords and a couple of Kenku with short bows. They're sort of spaced across this large warehouse space. Fives has crawled in through the window and is sort of located between the two different parties, so that's going to go hopefully really well. So yeah, that's kind of where the party has found themselves. They are hopefully going to survive. Let's get Harmony. What did you roll for initiative?
20.
20. Hisver?
6.
This is going to go great. Fives.
I got a 15.
Jor?
That would be a 9.
Hey, we switched.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You guys just stay right in that little pocket. It'll be great. And last but not least, Prince.
I went into a natural 1 for a total of 3.
You just... So what is that with a modifier?
3 total.
Okay. Harmony, what is your dex mod?
It is 5.
5. Okay.
Actually, I rolled a 15 and got it.
Yeah, that's right. You have unworldly dexterity for level 1 character. Yeah, anyway. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so +5. So you're up first.
Okay.
Because of your dex mod.
Nice. Where are the Kenku in relation to us?
So you guys are you guys have like pushed in. There's some like tables and chairs that have been kind of kicked over. There's some bodies across the floor. But basically you've got like a 20, 30 foot wide sort of warehouse hallway, not hallway, but warehouse. And they're kind of on the other side of it, about 35, 40 feet.
Okay, do they seem obviously hostile?
Yeah, they have grabbed, they're either standing with short bows or short swords.
Okay, right.
Readied short bows at you guys.
All right, then I'm just going to aim for whoever is closest to me with my longbow, which I'm trying
One of the left or right for the short sword Kenkus.
Okay. Is that
pick one.
Is that what's advantage because of surprise?
No, you guys mutually surprised each other.
Okay, so that was an 18. And let me see. I'm rolling for damage now. +1.
What would you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Oh yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Yeah, and then a 10 for damage.
Okay, 10 damage. Left or right?
Right.
Okay.
I just dropped my
So
D20 under my desk.
This Kenku just is like pops up and is like, ah! And then just all of a sudden just finds an arrow and it looks down and it sort of sways. Its eyes get real big, it beaks open, but nothing comes out, and it's just sort of instantly goes from like anger to terror.
Oh no, I feel a little bad.
And with that, it is going to be all the Kenku's turns. So, yes, they both rolled 17s on their initiative. Plus 20 or plus 3. Yeah. So the two short swords are going to like cry out and charge at Fives, who has found himself precariously in between the groups. So
this is not how it goes. The cat is the predator.
Okay, let's see. Does a 15 hit you?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, and the other one is a 23. So
oh, that doesn't hit. Okay, yeah,
oh, it's the bell curve effect. Got it. Yeah. So let's see damage. Okay. That is 12 damage, 6 from each.
Yeah, I can see why you hesitated. Yeah, he's.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So they run up and they kind of both just stab at you.
Oh yeah.
And they just stab as they stab you. They're onomatopoeia machines. So, yeah. So I'm guessing Fives is down.
Oh yeah, quite soundly.
Okay. Then the two with short bows. One's going to aim at the person who shot the buddy and release one at Harmony. Does a 19 hit?
Yes. Yes, it does.
And that's 5 damage.
Okay.
And then the other one's going to aim at the large humanoid who destroyed the door. And that's only an 8. So it one releases an arrow and it kind of follows almost the same trajectory as Harmony's and ends up kind of, sticking out of one of her shoulders, and the other one sort of flies at Jor and she just swats it out of the air with her great sword, or longsword, right? Yeah.
Versatile.
Yeah. That is up for the Kenku. We are going to drop to 5s for a death saving throw.
Jesus.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, that's a fail. That's a 4.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
Yeah,
Happy
I have no
birthday.
worries. I have no worries whatsoever.
And since that is your turn, we're gonna drop to Jor.
Okay. The one who attacked Blossom, 5s.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my longsword in both hands and
Okay.
try and just cleave it in two.
Yeah. Do you want to rage, or
I am not going to rage.
you're not gonna rage? Okay, just checking.
I don't know what else is in here.
So you're taking the one that had already been hit with an arrow, or are you taking the one that is fresh?
I'm going to attack the fresh one.
Okay. So give me an attack roll.
Oh, gosh, never mind. That's under the sofa. Oh, that is a 9?
9 to
Wait.
hit.
Wait. I don't think it is. Hang on. With my longsword. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, wait, yes, it is. It's a 9.
Yeah, that doesn't. I'm sorry. That's a fail.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I'm going to stay in its face, though. I'm going to stay like right up in its face.
Gotcha. It is definitely. So you swing wildly. You're like, that's for 5s, and I don't know what your character's voice sounds like. Obviously,
Just-
it just "Rah!" and it just ducks and kind of squawks at you, and its eyes go wild with rage. So yeah, Hisver, you're up.
So I'm going to assume Hisber never really marched in because that's not really his thing. So he would kind of turn his back to the door, around the corner,
Gotcha.
and he would fish around and pull out a piece of leather and cast mage armor.
Okay. Sounds good. That your turn?
Yeah. So he's out.
Wise choice.
Prince, you're up.
All right, so when I look around the room and I see that there are these Kenku going around, I just want to step into the room. Can I get close enough that I'm 30 feet away from one of the short bow Kenku?
Yeah, that's only going to cost you about 15 feet of movement, so.
Okay, so I'm going to run into the room and I'm going to yell, "You better not hurt any of my friends," and I'm going to cast a Tasha's Hideous Laughter at one of the short bow Kenku.
Okay. That's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, a wisdom saving throw versus a 13, I think.
That is a 10 on the die, and that is a no modifier, so I'm guessing that's a fail.
Yes.
Sweet. So they get to be incapacitated, and then at the end of their turn, they get to try again to save.
Okay. So this Kenku falls over, and you hear sitcom laugh track laughter coming out of the beak of this thing. So it's just a laugh track.
Awesome. And then at the end of my turn for my last bit of movement, I want to run back towards the door just so I'm not so close to them.
Okay. So you kind of step in, you're like, hey! And then it just starts laughing, and then you back up.
Yeah.
Got it. We are back at the top of the initiative order to Harmony.
Okay, the one who attacked 5s is still up, right?
Yeah, both of them are.
Okay.
There's one with an arrow that you injured severely, and then
16.
that'll hit.
All right. 11.
Which one was that? The one you'd already hit?
Sure.
Yeah, that thing just kind of puff of feathers is like it hits and it just and then down. It is not just down, it is dead. So it's right through the eye sockets.
Lovely. I seem to have a habit of exploding the enemies so far. I hope you keep that up.
It's definitely not just the way I describe things. It's definitely not. So yeah, that one is definitely down. And now we're back to the Kenku's turn. Let's see. Up next is Short Sword Kenku. The one that's still remaining is going to turn to the large barbarian lady and stab and try and hit you again. So.
Yep.
That is a nat 1.
I'm going to say no.
So it is going to stab and then slip in the blood of its fellow compatriot and fall prone. So
I always thought you said it would be my blood for a moment there.
It's a mixture, really. It's some bird blood, avian, feline. It's definitely not human. So, that's its turn, and then the let's see, we've got one that is laughing in the back, and then the other one is going to also loose an arrow at the large lady who is very intimidating. That is a
Bring it.
12 to hit.
Oh no, I don't believe. Nope.
These things cannot touch you. There is just an aura of just nah about you.
I refuse.
But yeah, so and then the other one is going to try to make a save at the end of its turn, and that's a 3 on the die. So
Yes.
that's a no. So one has loosed an arrow wildly, and the other one has continued to soundtrack laughter. 5s, round 2.
Yep. So if I rolled a 1 there, that would be bad, wouldn't it? I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2.
2? Okay. It's like, I don't know how to deal with the player or character death this early in the game.
It came close.
Okay, so
Not
that's
quite.
2 fails. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Don't want to dwell on the morality of that. Jor, you're up.
So there's one that's prone right in front of me.
Yep.
Well, now I'm going to rage.
Okay.
And I'm going to take my long sword and just stab it straight down. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
So
But you do have advantage if you want to fish for a crit.
yeah.
Did you?
It's a 20.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me, buddy.
You're welcome. Nothing about here served my plan.
Okay. And because I'm using 2 hands, it didn't get me D10s out. Because I'm using it as a 2-handed weapon, it's going to be...
That is correct.
Bigger. That's there we go. Okay, double dice, and I've got +2 on each roll. Okay, so that's 10. That is... Wait, the first one was... Math. First one was 14. The second one is 10. So that is 24.
Wait, so what'd you roll on the 2 dice?
I rolled an 8 and a 4, so I've got 1d10 plus 4.
So you only add your modifier once.
Oh, okay, so that would be a 22.
It's still like multiple dead.
It'd be like 20. 20,
Yeah,
I think.
you went through its HP like almost twice. So it's definitely just you get all of its internal organs with that stab. You just hit it right through it and just twist. And it just a puff of just expelled air comes out of its beak as it dies horrendously in front of you.
Critical plus rage damages.
Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah, so that's a Kenku dead. Hisver, you're up again.
Okay, so he'd peek through the window or peek through the door and just pick one of the two that are standing. And
Well, there's one standing and there's one prone laughing. So.
Okay. Well, the one standing then. Yeah, and he'd pick up the little gear-shaped pendant around it, flick it, and cast Toll the Dead on the one that's standing.
Okay, and that's a save.
DC 14 Wiz.
So 5 on the dice, so that's a failure.
Where's my 12? There's my 12. That's 8 damage.
Okay.
And then he ducks back around the door again.
Okay, that one, as you step around the corner and you do your cool magic stuff, it clutches its head and, stop it! I don't know why all these Kenku are parrots, but apparently they spend a lot of time around parrots. Yeah, Prince, you're up.
All right, so this time I'm going to run in. I'm going to go run up to 5s. And I'm going to be like, oh no, I don't know what to do. And I'm just going to try and like close up any wounds that I can. And I want to try and stabilize him.
Okay, give me a general medicine check.
Natural 20.
Oh, thank you. The way my dice have been treating me, that would have been another fail. So thank you.
Yeah. So we're just going to, you managed to definitely close up all 2 of those gaping stab wounds with some bandages and stuff and kind of start fanning him, getting him situated. He's definitely stable. Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to end my turn.
So back to the top of the round, Harmony.
All right, I'm coming for them. I just want to kill everything. All right. So 22.
Also hits.
Yeah, I thought as much. Sorry, I'm using Roll20. That's only 8 damage, though.
That thing is down.
Kill it?
Yep. Just right through the jugular and just collapses.
That's a good feeling.
So that's effectively going to take us out of combat. That was quick. But nevertheless...
I'm going to high-five George real quick.
You're going to what?
I'm going to high-five her. Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting the kills.
Hey, here's for help.
Yep. Kill team. High five.
Yeah, so, since we're taking us combat, you have one that's on the ground just laughing.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys want to do with it?
Question, and am I still unconscious if I'm stabled?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'll stay out this then.
I want to run over to the laughing one and try and pin them down before my spell stops. So that way we can, like, have them.
Yeah. I'm just going to say you tie him up.
Yeah.
Hostage.
Oh.
We lost Taryn.
My gosh.
Can you
They show us
Abducted
that
by aliens, I think.
Taryn's been abducted by aliens.
I'm going to put us on break for 1 second while we figure this out.
Cut to a break.
1. And we're back. Ooh, I have to fix the cameras. We're back, but I have to fix the cameras.
How bad is it?
We're just in different spots, but I can fix it.
Okay.
Oh. That's weird.
It's
Ooh,
fine.
I get to be Thorns.
Nope.
Alex, you're taking over. Cool.
Nope.
I'm just going to pass it off. I'll play Harmony.
Nope.
All right, let's get this fixed up really quick.
I'm Matt now.
This is great.
Does this mean I'm going to like start summoning moths to my
Yes.
Oh, there you go. I think I killed all the moths.
Okay, that was some live fixing, and I think we're okay now.
Good job, Corey.
There we go.
You are the real
Sorry
MVP.
about that.
Great. Yeah, the real MVP.
You are the real
Really fun to
MVP.
watch. I enjoyed
It's
that.
actually, we're just, what's that The Brady Bunch. That's who we are.
I think that makes me Alice.
So welcome back from our very, very short break as I fixed all of my technical issues because this is my webcam went down, my mic went dead, whole thing. But as we come back, we have a Kenku tied up and 3 eviscerated pals of his. And you guys are free to check out this warehouse.
Don't forget the unconscious tabaxi.
Oh yeah, you also have an unconscious ally who is just stable, but
Still lying in his own blood.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna mat your fur.
Oh, yes.
Are you gonna lick yourself clean?
Is it possible to wake him up?
Just give him a good smack.
I'll say another good medicine check, and you guys can bring him back to 1 hit point just for prosperity, because he is the only one with healing.
Ooh, I think I have really high wisdom. Medicine is wisdom, right? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not proficient, so it would only be plus. Never mind. Somebody else do it.
Mine is
Joe's just gonna-
-1, so
Oh, you just got lucky then.
Well, we can let Hisver take a crack at it.
Stuff some spiders into the wounds. It'll be fine.
So Hisver goes over and he kneels down in the blood, and he wipes it on a cloth and he puts that in a pocket. And then he opens up another pocket and he pulls out what can only be described as it looks like it should go on a pizza. And he jams it in the wound.
Okay.
And it's a dirty 20.
All right. Bob's is back from the pure shock of the pain more than anything. It's just one of those things. Yeah. And is back with the land of the living, albeit in considerable pain and severely matted fur.
Hisver looks him in the eyes and goes, Blossom.
It is Faves, and that was bloody uncomfortable. I do not want to go through that again.
But you're going to smell terrible.
I already do, my friend. I already do. Now, what is left of those fretted little bastards? I want to get my claws on them.
But it'll be worse. But
I don't care. Well, what is left of those
Okay.
fretted little... What's left of them? Please tell me there was one left.
it's over. Yes.
As you mentioned that one, the Kenku that is now tied up kind of comes out of the hideous laughter spell. It's kind of in this deep sort of orcish accent, and interpret that over you will. Xanathar sends its regards.
what do you mean, Xanathar? Who is this? What's going on? I'm gonna
No, come on. That is not how you ask the questions properly. I'm gonna walk over, take out my dagger, lean down, and bring it to rest against the Kenku's neck. Now you ask your questions. If they don't cooperate, you take your pound of flesh.
Five's gonna
Feathers.
what was that, Taryn?
give me a intimidation check, Fives.
Okay. Intimidation. So that would be 22.
Okay. Yeah, that is enough to severely startle this Kenku. It has just come out of this sort of magically induced laughter. As much as it enjoyed the humor that it found in its current situation, it is no longer giggling. It sort of squares up its in a thin, nasally voice. Type the pretty boy in the back room.
Ooh.
There's
Someone
someone
go
in the
check
back room.
Yes, go check. I want to make a Kenku feathered cloak. I think that would look brilliantly on me. Wouldn't you agree, my newfound friend?
No thanks.
I guess it's no different than a human wearing leather.
Exactly. So leave me alone with my new friend, please.
So he's going to check out the back room, sort of
Yeah.
tucked underneath the stairs. So
Yeah, I
The
feel like
ladies will go.
a bodyguard should
Okay.
go.
yeah, so you find a underneath the stairs, pushing past some like overturned tables and crates and stuff. There's a door, sort of lightly, loosely hanging off its hinges. and as you approach, you get this very sour, vinegary, distorted smell kind of coming from it.
Gross. Okay.
Guess I'll go first.
So you open the door. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna open the door and go in. Meat shield.
As you swing the door open, as it's a pull door,
Yeah. Oh, right.
as you kind of pull it open, this sort of nicely dressed but grungy-looking human tied up at his wrists with kind of wavy reddish hair stumbles forward.
Pretty boy.
Oh, great, a witness. Now I can't have my fun.
I mean,
Lord.
George's just gonna lean down into his face and just be like, "Mike, we're looking for you."
Are you?
I think so.
Who are you looking for? He's kind of laying down and is rolled over with his wrist still tied, just kind of looking up at you like, what?
Some pretty boy.
Some Floon fellow, I believe.
Oh, Floon. He's a friend of mine.
Oh, good.
Oh, are you the Never Remember kid?
Rainier Neverember, and he kind of like sits up by him, like power, by his own power. Is kind of looking you in the eyes now, Jor. Yes, the Rainier Neverember at your name. I apologize for the smell.
Like, this is normal. You're like a noble kid, aren't you?
My father, yes, he was once open lord. Is Floon not here?
Have we checked the whole place? We haven't checked the whole place yet, have we?
Yeah, so what is the layout of this warehouse?
So you've got kind of this open floor plan that you guys are in, just lots of things overturned. Obviously, there was a lot of fighting here before you guys showed up, and more since. And then there's like a staircase that goes up above where that door, that kind of like storage room was. And yeah, that's what you guys see down below. If anybody wants to go upstairs and check.
Since I can't have my fun with the Kenku, I'll go upstairs and look around.
Okay.
And I'm gonna limp upstairs, probably still dripping blood, since I only have 1 HP.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. So they open the second level kind of opens up. There's like crates, and there's also a few offices. It's a small suite, but there's also not a whole lot of stuff here. This seems to be more of a meeting place than a real warehouse.
Cool. I'm going to talk to the Lord Boy.
Lord Boy?
Lord Boy. I'm just going to kind of squat down next to him and be like, well, how'd you get here?
Well,
tell me the thing. Tell me the story.
So, you see what happened was, I was out
wait a minute.
last night.
Sorry, one thing. Hisvar, or or somebody. I'm not good at retaining facts. Can somebody listen to this guy for me?
I'll come over when that's said.
Yeah. Somebody, anybody? Okay, now you're good. Now you're good, buddy.
I was out taking a stroll. I ran into my buddy Floon. We decided to go back to the Skewered Dragon. He had just been there. We drank some, and then by the end of the night, he was too drunk to find his way home. So I offered to escort him. We left. We got ambushed. They took us both here, and I imagine they probably just couldn't figure out which one was their real mark. So I think they were after me. But they were mentioning something about the Xantarum think my father embezzled a large amount of gold while he was open lord, and then hid those dragons somewhere in the city, using an artifact called the Stone of Golor, which was hands of Xanathar recently. Apparently someone stole it. Zen's thought, I knew something about all this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken for years. This is just a big misunderstanding.
You sound like you're in quite a bit of trouble by the sounds of it.
I mean, it was all just misconnections. I haven't spoken to my father in a long time.
I know.
Is that public knowledge?
There definitely like some estrangement is pretty common among nobles and their children. And Neverembers are not any different. So.
So was it just Kenku who grabbed you? Just the little birdie things?
Well, those weren't the ones that stayed behind, I guess. I snuck in here as soon as the fighting started out, and that one group, I saw them grab Floon, but I didn't see what happened after. I think the Xanathar, they showed up, and by the looks of it, it looks like they won out. Well, until you showed up.
They have that effect.
Was this recently that this happened?
It's today.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to think if we could go after them immediately, but that sounds like it's been a bit. Okay.
It's been a bit. And you could tell by the bodies and stuff that it wasn't super fresh. The blood, some of the blood had dried and all that. So,
Does anyone know you're missing?
We're gonna cut to Fives real fast upstairs. Yeah, what are you looking through? Are you looking through the crates? Are you looking through the offices?
Probably going through the offices. Trying
Okay.
to find some evidence of who was here, what specifically they were doing.
Yeah. So as you kind of make your way through the offices, these look, there's some desks and chairs and stuff, but they're all pretty much covered in dust. As you step in, above, like in each of the offices, as you kind of go through the door, a steel bell is kind of rung. And then some rats kind of harmlessly skitter away, but that's about it. Seems like these do not get used at all.
Okay, I'll head back downstairs then, and if I can I start looking over the dead bodies for discernible markings?
Yeah. On the dead bodies, you'll notice, because I mean, you're going to have plenty of time. Some of them have tattoos along their arms. Somewhere placed the double-winged snakes of the Xantarum, and then one of the bodies actually has a full black circle on its hand with 10 spokes, reminiscent of the Xanathar Guild. So
That shit ain't good.
Can Hisper rummage through the bodies? Because I'm pretty sure that's what he would be doing.
yes, you are very welcome to rummage through the bodies.
It's not it's the corpses.
Do you guys release Neverember, or let him keep tied up?
No. Well, I'm not gonna keep him tied up, but okay. I'm gonna.
That's what I
Joel's
meant.
gonna,
Like you undo his binds.
Yeah, Joe's gonna untie him, but still have like a hand on his shoulder that is maybe 50% comforting, maybe 50% don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And she's gonna ask him, "Is there? Does anyone know you're missing? Is anybody looking for you?"
It's been a few days, but most of my connections in the city are my father's, which means I have none. But I mean, I still know people, but me going missing for a few days is not unheard of.
Well, I'm watching this. Can I try and understand like how legitimate he's being to us, or if I think he's like embellishing this story at all?
Yeah, give me an insight roll.
That's a 3.
You are almost certain that you want to be best friends with Neverember. So he's got actually his coat has some purple on it. It seems to be the main accent. So you're kind of fixated on that.
You look so good in that coat, even though you just went through a really traumatic experience.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Why?
Is your friend all right?
No.
Are any of your friends? Anyway,
None of. Yeah. Look. I'm gonna level with you here, buddy. I was going to see if there was somebody we could get money out of for returning you, but honestly, that was a real sad story, and I kind of just feel sorry for you. It sounds like your life's kind of
bad. Thank you.
You need to get your shit together, man.
He kind of smells himself. He's like, yeah, you're right. And it's about this time, a sort of older-looking, distinguished human male and City Watch garb, along with about a dozen City Watchmen behind him, into the warehouse.
I didn't do it.
So,
we didn't do it.
Hello. I'm gonna have to ask you to state your business. There's been some reports of suspicious activity in the area, and if you could just keep your hands where I can see them, state your names.
Can I finish looking through the bodies bit first?
So I'm gonna have to ask you to not do that. So, Hizver, we've gone over this before.
Okay.
So,
do I have to keep my hands showing if one of them is stopping the bleeding?
That looks painful.
So can I keep one?
Yeah, you can do that. I don't want you to die.
Okay, I'll keep the other hand shown.
So, first off, I guess I'll introduce myself. The name's Histus Staggett. I'm a captain of the City Watch, and I'm gonna need to know what went down here. That's pretty much it. Who wants to start their story first?
You're just gonna grab the Never Ember kid and like haul him to his feet and be like, "We saved him."
Renee, right? Never Ember kid. Okay, that's something. There's still a whole bunch of dead bodies that need to be accounted for.
There's 4 birds, and there's so many. I haven't counted the others yet.
I thank you for the number report. That will write that down.
Honorable City Captain, if you take a look upon these bodies on these corpses, you will notice the emblems of the Xanatharum and the Xanathar. If that is of any influence to your investigation.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Seems to be some violence between the gangs. Seems to be increasing as of late. These Kenku here, they look a bit fresher, and this one's still alive and bound up. Want to explain that bit?
Yes, of course, Honorable God Captain. We were employed to locate a missing person by the name of Floon. In our investigations, we found that he was last seen with the Never Ember kid that Jor is so kindly holding right now. We tracked him down to this location and arrived to find these foul, feathered these Kenku picking through the corpses of the Xanatharum and the Xanathar. We similarly dispatched the other numbers, leaving one to turn over to the guard at a later date for your own investigation, of course, and proceeded to locate the Never Ember kid tied up in the back room. And I am now bleeding out, so if you will excuse me for a moment, we will pass this conversation to someone else.
One of you should actually look after your friend here. He seems to be severely losing a lot of blood.
Yeah, he's the only one who can really take care of that. We didn't think this through.
You didn't think through a lot of things if you ended up in this situation. Most of the time you should leave affairs like this to the City Watch. It is sort of our duty to handle things of this precarious nature.
Well,
you two take the Kenku. Yes, ma'am. What were you saying? You said something. You said you were hired by... lying to a City Watch officer is an offense. And he pulls out a couple of copies of the Code Legal and he's like, I think you guys need a refresher. And starts handing them out.
You just carry that? Do you just have that on you?
Like, he pulls out, he has like 20 packets of them. It's like, see,
Just-
for whatever reason you adventure lots, just don't remember the code legally exists a lot of the time. So
I'm going to
No,
reach into
Joe
my
definitely
cloak.
does.
Yeah, I'm going to reach into my cloak and pull out a well-folded copy of it and just go.
Same. Gonna
you
what?
two might want to actually read those if you can. So,
Oh yeah, it's good. It's perfect for sending me off to sleep at night.
yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna let things pass since you have rescued a member of the Waterdeepian nobility, but just keep the blood off the streets. That's all I can ask for. Okay.
I know.
Of course, under the book, City Watch Captain, we have no need to involve the robes here at this time. I assure you, you'll be well behaved.
That's probably a good plan.
Is it okay if the blood's in my pocket?
I'm not going to ask what that means. I'm just going to ignore it. Boys, Neverember, you all right? Do you need an escort or what's your plans?
Arm around his shoulders,
Seems you made some new friends.
just like holding him up.
And they're going to march out with a Kenku. Make sure you will stay out of trouble now. Yeah.
Sure.
Most
we want to
certainly.
talk to the bird more? Did the bird?
The bird has now been taken into custody and
Oh.
marched out. So
Well, this cat wanted to do more than talk, so probably best it doesn't move from my presence. Otherwise, we'd have another fleshy corpse full of feathers. Otherwise, we'd have another body to clean up.
I'm going to
Sensing
pretend
some
I didn't hear
tension.
that one either because I haven't quite left yet, and I'm going to go. And the guard captain is just like wiping his hands of it and just like shaking his head, grabbing his forehead, and just walks out of the.
Don't take wooden nickels.
And I'll see your comrades next Friday.
He is just walking and fully more shaking his head as he walks out. So
What we have a game of chess, of dragon chess. Why does everyone always assume the worst?
So you guys have now dealt with the City Watch, been given some copies of the Code Legal.
Which I soap up the blood with.
Wrap it around his hand. Oh dear. But we've still got Renier.
One thing you guys would have gotten out of the Kenku before it was taken off, as it was kind of getting carried out, is follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
Would we know anything about that?
It might mean to follow yellow signs in the
Sewers.
sewers.
I mean, probably.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
as in-
Joe's probably been down there.
Yeah, probably.
Almost
It's where
certainly.
where tracks are. What's the word I'm looking for here? Targets of your business would find themselves.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So you guys have
I'm gonna-
acquired one Lord Neverember.
Yeah.
So I
That's
guess
in
we
your inventory. Mark that down.
Joe's new friend.
Should we divide him up?
Everybody gets the limb, and somebody gets the torso.
So should we find Volo?
I mean, this isn't his friend, but it's his friend's friend. I mean, maybe he wants it. Him.
Might I suggest resting and then
Yes.
joining to the sewers?
Yes, I behind that fully, 100%.
Oh, yes. Well, how
Okay.
about we go back to the yawning portal? Deposit Neverember Kid.
I don't
Feel
really
some-
care.
some
I want
sort
to rest. I want
Yeah.
to
Going, if you're going after Floon, I would feel most obliged to join you.
I don't care. You're another body on the way. Can we just go rest, please? I'm about
Okay.
to pass out again.
Let's go rest. And as for you,
He's
Neverember
important.
Kid,
He's important.
you look squishy.
Then he serves as a
kind of points
mid-shield.
at fives.
Duly noted. Let's go rest.
If you don't want
Don't
to,
bloody respect.
if you don't want to go all the way to the yawning portal, there's tavern closer by in the dock ward that will keep us closer, so we can wake up and go.
Is it a place with ale and a place for me to put my head?
Yes. All
Then let's
Hallows evening.
I don't care what it's called. Let's go.
Have I been there?
That's a great name.
Yes. Thank you, Sam.
All right. Yep.
So, you guys find your way to the All Hallows evening. Neverember's reputation gets you drinks and food and beds for free. You guys rest up and find yourselves in the morning ready to make the rest of the adventure and find Floon.
I apologize to the innkeeper for the bloody sheets. After all, blood is hard to get out of fur.
So, they're used to it.
Jor has eaten just an astonishing amount of food.
They go out and buy some more from like one of the local vendors, just bringing it back in. So, yeah. So it's morning. You guys are rested. Renair has insisted he picked up a rapier and a dagger from the bodies at the warehouse as you guys were leaving. What are you guys doing? Are you looking for sewers? Are you looking to talk to some people? What's the plan?
When we had our night off, could I maybe think for a second if I know about any Xanathar or Zentarim gang activity that would be taking place in the sewers, or if there's any information that I would know that would connect to that?
It's pretty well known that the sewers is where a lot of that nefarious business goes down, especially when things aren't as heated as they are in the current moment political climate of Waterdeep.
Okay.
That's where a lot of things kind of go down. There's obviously a lot of signs and stuff, and thieves can't. It's definitely used as sort of a passageway for a lot of more less upstanding citizens of Waterdeep.
Okay, well, since after that thought, I think I'm going to go find the group, and I'm just going to pose the question of, should we just jump in and go? Like, the longer we
Hell
wait...
yeah.
Yeah.
If I may, last time I tried stealth, it worked up until the point that you decided to kick in a door. May I recommend the idea of this time listening to me? And we perhaps go and talk to some people around where Floon was kidnapped. See if they have any information.
We
I
could
do
have...
not want to be wandering through a sewer without any aim. Please don't get that stinky my fur.
The bird said sewer, that follow the signs in the sewer.
The yellow signs is what they said.
Listen, I'm not contending that I'm saying we ask around for a specific sewer rather than looking around the complete maze that is down there. So we have a shorter path.
Well, would it be safe to assume that the warehouse we were in has some connection, and therefore the sewers near the warehouse might be a good place to start?
Think so.
Well,
I
I
like
mean, we
that
could always
plan.
ask people.
Yeah.
Always ask people, convince them to talk.
Who are you going to ask? Who are you
there's
going to
always
find and ask about the sewers?
Well, no one upstanding, of course. There's always those that are down on the luck, shall we say, politely. You all might be willing to take a little bit of coin in exchange for information.
Okay.
My
So
concern is if we start talking, if we start asking people, that's going to get back to whoever's in the sewers, and any element of surprise is just gone.
Absolutely. I'm with Jor on this one.
Yeah, I feel like time is of the essence for this one.
You know what then? Screw it, but I am staying at the back. I am not dying again. I am not dying in a sewer.
Okay,
Fair enough.
that's fair.
Yep.
Look, meat shield. I'll go first.
All right. So are we going back to the sewers near the warehouse then? If we can find some.
Yeah, I know where I'd know where sewer entrances are, and
Would you? That's a weird thing to know. All right.
you're the tour guide. You should also know this.
I don't give people tours of sewers.
Fair enough. But yeah, so you guys make your way back. There's near kind of where the warehouse is. You kind of follow a couple of dark or like turns down alleys, and you kind of come to what is a cut-off street. And there's at the end of that is a manhole cover that seems to be one out of view of most people in the dock district or dock ward, and then two, you'll have only one line of sight when you go down, so it seems to be a little bit safer. So
Cool. Onward.
Is
I'm
it?
gonna-
Don't.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna pull out a torch and get ready so that I can actually see
Oh, yeah.
when we're down here.
That's basically what I was going to say. So,
Good
yeah.
thinking.
You're a thinker.
okay, so I'm gonna say Jor is able to just pop up that manhole cover very easily, and you guys kind of make your way down. It's a putrid stream flows along the sewer tunnel, and in that one direction ahead, you see a tiny yellow symbol drawn in yellow chalk, a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference. Much
Since
like
it's made of-
these, yeah. What'd you say?
Since it's made of chalk, can I rub it off as we pass?
Yeah,
Well,
you're
Okay.
able to
When I
remove
see
the symbol.
What if we want to come back?
when I
We can
see
get out from any part of the sewer. We just have to find
Yeah.
a ladder up.
Oh,
But this will at least get rid of our path.
Yeah, and so no one can follow us.
Yep.
when I see this happening, can I use my keen mind to make like sort of this good memory of exactly where we're going so that we can sort
Yeah.
of like backtrack if we
Yeah.
need to?
Definitely, yeah. I'll say
Perfect.
because that it applies to direction, so you're kind of able to kind of track yourself as you go down these tunnels and stuff and follow these symbols.
Cool.
Good. Okay. I'm going to
So-
erase them as we pass then.
Okay, so after an hour of following these signs through these tunnels, you've come to a three-way intersection where a ladder leads up into a stone shaft capped by a circular metal cover. One of the familiar chalk symbols is marked on a wall nearby. And as you guys kind of turn this corner, what is sort of a bowling ball-sized greenish spherical creature sort of glances at you and then falls to the ground. It's got 4 stumpy little eye stalks coming out and a eye that is since closed as you guys have made eye contact with it.
Is it a baby beholder?
Um,
That's all it stalks yet.
yeah. So as it falls, it kind of just like it kind of doesn't have any arms, obviously, but its stalks have kind of like laid to the ground, and it is just sort of sitting there.
Is it playing dead? Is it pretending to be dead?
Um,
Really cute.
that's up to find out. It is definitely not moving at the moment.
The ranger wants to adopt it.
I do. I want to keep it as a pet. I want to use find familiar.
you find a thing with too many eyes floating in sewage and think, man, is that cute?
Hisfer, any idea should we kill it or not? Because I vote to kill it. Okay, I vote to kill it.
Oh,
I mean-
don't- I mean,
It hasn't attacked us yet.
yeah. If anything, it's the opposite of attacking us. I'm gonna get real close to it.
I'll go with her. I'm going with her.
So as you get close to it, obviously, like one of it, like it's all of its stalks and eye, like its main eye is closed, and as you kind of get close, one of the eye stalks sort of peers and opens for a second and sees you, and then goes back down.
Oh, it just gets cuter. I really want it.
When
Can I
I
stab it yet, little Faye? Can I stab it yet, little Faye? Can I?
No, no.
Hmm.
No.
when I see
So
them,
how close are you to it?
5 feet away.
Okay.
I'm intrigued but hesitant.
So as you get a little bit closer, it is going to flare up its eye stalks, it hiss, and it's going to float away.
Oh, come back.
And it floats off down the hallway and around the corner.
I just want to help you.
we should follow it.
We will
It
definitely
goes down the one
follow
that
it.
isn't doesn't have the Xanathar, the yellow mark.
I'm okay
Harmony.
with following it.
In the eyes. Too
Now
many.
I'm torn. Can I track it?
You guys will definitely be sidetracked if you guys decide to follow this thing.
But I really want one as a pet. All right. Fine. I'll just look longingly down its tunnel. And
Look,
it went.
I'm gonna
my
remember
experience-
this tunnel.
Yeah. Look, and my experience with things in sewers, there's always more than one.
That's fair. So,
But that one was so charming. All right. Yeah, well, I guess on down the chalk marked thing. I really want to know what that thing was, though. Can I roll? Can I roll a
yeah.
nature check?
yeah, I was just
see
about to
if
say, give me a nature check to see if you
if
have
I
any
know.
experience with.
I have a -1 to intelligence, so no. Oh no, I don't know. I got a 1.
Yeah, you
No
actually
idea.
forgot you ever saw it.
No.
Just kidding.
Why would you do this to me?
You were like, "What was that thing? What thing?" No, it's you are
I don't
as
know what
a
it is.
Waterdavian, you have no idea. And with that, I think that's where we're going to cut to break real fast
Okay.
for 5 minutes. So,
Yep.
see you.
1, and we're live again.
Okay, welcome back from break. We just left our adventurers in the sewers. They trounced around for a while, following some signs, and then played with a possum eye stalk creature that got scared and scared it away. So, what was that?
A possum?
It played
Like-
possum.
Oh.
Sorry. It was an adjective, not a descriptor. Sorry. It wasn't actually a possum with eye stalks. That would be amazing.
Suddenly
But-
way less cute, but
Possums are adorable. They're marsupials.
they are. They're really cute.
Anyway,
Awesome.
opossum. Oh, awesome.
Be awesome.
Anyway, moving on to actual D&D. So I'm going to say that you guys have just found your way into the opening hallway of what seems to be some sort of hideout.
Ooh.
And we're actually going to do things a little differently. We're going to do what's called a skill challenge.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I feel like we
Right.
need music for this.
Ba-da-ba! Anyway, for those of you who aren't familiar with skill challenges, it's basically just a way to run through a set of obstacles without kind of dealing with them as a collective encounter, as opposed to sort of going through things one at a time. What we're going to do is we're going to roll initiative. And then we're going to kind of go in order. And you'll pick a skill that you want to use to sort of guide yourselves through this hideout that you found yourselves in, and what you can do. So the first person in the order will pick a skill, and the person behind them then can't pick the skill that the person in front of them used. And then if we get through 2 orders of the initiative, you can't use the skill you used the last round. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go through and 5 successes, so I've got a DC set, or 3 failures is sort of our guidelines for either or here.
Am I allowed to use inspiration during this?
During your turn, that might be something you're capable of doing. We'll see how you roll for what you want to do.
Okay.
But let's everybody go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
24.
I'm gonna ask you guys.
Oh, okay.
So,
Fine.
Harmony, you said 24.
24.
Sorry, if you guys all yell it out, I can't pinpoint who says what. So 24, Hisver,
13.
5s,
A dirty 20.
30, 20, Jor,
8.
and Prince.
17.
17. So good initiative rolls here. Glad I'm using them up for the skill challenge. Okay. So Harmony is up first again. You kind of found yourselves in this long hallway. So basically, just tell me what skill you want to use and what you sort of want to achieve with what you're doing.
So this is literally just a long hallway.
And see, down at the end of the hallway, you see kind of what seems to be, because you have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
There seems to be sort of like a round area up ahead, and a pillar in the middle.
I guess I would like to stealth forward and see if I can figure out what I'm looking at with that round room and
Okay.
pillar.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll.
Okay. 22.
That's a success, definitely. So as you kind of halt the group, you're the first to act, and you stealth forwards. And one of the things you notice that as you get close to this, there a couple of arrow slits on either side. That nothing seems to be sort of using at the moment, but if peeking in, you notice there is a goblin asleep in each room. So,
okay, can I relay this to the group very quietly, or can
yes.
rather than speak, because I don't want to wake them up, I'll just kind of point to either side and make some kind of facial expression that says goblins.
Okay, I'm going to say that you successfully convey with the 22 that
excellent.
Because you're a tour guide, of course you're good at hand signals, so you're
sure.
doing basically sign language, using sign language to communicate goblins. So the rest of the group is now aware that there are goblins. Dirty 25s, you're up.
So thinking his natural instinct would be to try and take out one of those goblins. Just to make sure that they can't wake up and do anything.
Okay, so how are you going to achieve that? What skill do you want to use? I might suggest sleight of hand to kind of sneak in and take one out. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine, definitely.
Okay, so you kind of find your way into one of the rooms. You instinctively, based on locations of the holes, you kind of work your way to the one on the left. Give me a roll.
Okay, dice don't fuck me now. This time they didn't. That's a 24.
Okay, nice. That you kind of sneak in and you are able to just. Are you trying to kill or just knock unconscious this?
What would fives do?
Slit his throat.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely kill.
You finger across the neck the goblin, and because of the cat claw, it actually does rupture the artery. So
Fives might invite it back to his room. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it really just depends how he's feeling. Maybe if you put the two goblins in the trench coat, that might actually work. Anyway, so that's a second success. You've eliminated a threat.
I have this weird idea of him just, as the group comes up, him just licking his paw clean to hide the evidence.
Okay.
Which he does poorly because there's obviously a dead goblin right behind him.
Yeah. 17, Prince, you are up.
So if I have enough time, what I would like to do is I have my disguise kit, and I maybe just want to pull out a cloak, crouch down really small, like I'm another goblin, and carefully just pretend I'm a goblin and go to the other side.
This room's kind of hidden, but I'm going to say give me a performance check just to be a general goblin leading a group of people. I'm going to say you all have moved up now to this circular room.
For performance, I've got an 18 total.
That's another success. You managed to quickly whip up a disguise. While it's definitely not purple, the green does sort of accent some of Prince's features and allows him to hunch and sort of I'm gonna say you even have a hood with ears on it for this exact situation. And so you kind of flip that up and start leading the group on, and you kind of round that corner down the hallway past the pillar and circle room.
Sweet.
So next up is Hisver.
So now that we're at the big round room, he is going to investigate for the best way to continue forward, I guess.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Natural 20.
Nice.
All right. So it's 4 successes, 0 failures. This is going swimmingly for you guys. So as you round the corner through this, I guess, round room, there's the pillar, and then there's another hallway down to the right. You using your sort of weird divination abilities, your hand kind of shakes for a second and flies out and touches the wall, and you feel the energy of Floon coming from that direction on the right side down the hallway. So
I feel Floon-ish, maybe Floonish. This.
Floon-esque.
Loony.
So that is 4 successes. Jor, don't screw it up. You guys have found your way, and there is now a large wooden door in front of you that Hisver seems to be pointing at fervorously, going, Floon, Floon, Floon.
Okay. I know what I want to do, but I won't. I guess I'm just going to try and stealth it open. Open it. It's a door, right? Just in front of us?
Yep.
Gonna try and quietly open it.
Okay. Yeah. You want to use stealth for that?
Well, obviously I want to kick the door down and use athletics, but
I mean, you're the last one to go in this thing. If you do athletics, there might be some really cool stuff that goes down.
That's true. Can I consult with my group and be like, are we going in quiet, or do we want to surprise some people?
The latter is my preference.
Yeah.
I say going booming.
Going booming?
I would say going quiet, but let's just do it.
Uh-oh. Lost Sam.
What?
Your
Oops.
camera. Oh.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I meant to hit unmute and I hit stop video.
It's gonna rearrange our pictures again, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Hisvar reckons there's a Floony presence
yes.
behind this door.
But my
All right, I'm kicking it down.
Okay, athletics.
Get it down. That is a 16.
That is definitely enough to do it. You guys have succeeded through the skill challenge. And Jor's just like, you know what? I'm going it my way, and just kicks it in again. It is an open door, but that does not seem to matter with this infrastructure. You kick it right off the hinges, and it goes spinning down the hallway and sort of clatters ahead of you. So you guys find yourself into a large hall. Threadbare curtains hang on the east wall of a long hall, in the middle of which you see a muscular half-orc in dingy robes standing over with his foot on the chest of a male human with wavy red blonde hair. Fire burns around the orc's clenched fist.
God, no.
I can't talk, okay? Fire burns around the orc's clenched fist, and his victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath him. You note up above, seated on a raised platform to the south, is a nightmarish figure wearing black robes. It has large white eyes and rubbery purple skin with 4 tentacles sort of encircling its inhuman mouth. It cradles and gently caresses what looks to be a disembodied brain with feet.
That's really disgusting.
And as you guys enter the room, roll initiative.
Cool.
Oh no.
Did we surprise them?
Um,
Was that surprising?
I mean, I would hope that we did.
It was surprising, but not for the effect of a surprise round. So.
I'm not putting this dice away. Jesus.
So, let's just go down the order again. Harmony.
23.
Goodness gracious. Hisver.
5.
21.
Nice. Fives.
9.
Okay. Jor.
3.
You just keep going down. And Prince.
17.
17 again. So, yeah.
All right.
Let's see one thing. Okay, so as you guys enter this room, the large purplish tentacle-faced creature in black robes is going to rise out of its seat, turn, look at you all, set down the brain creature, and start floating towards a door, sort of located on the east wall. And next up is Harmony.
Okay, my first instinct is to attack the brain creature just to make it mad, but I think that would be a really bad idea. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to try and shoot the orc that is on top of Floon.
Okay.
So here we go. 21.
That hits.
I need to play Harmony forever. Just get everything. Okay, 9 damage.
9.
So you hit this this orc or half orc. It's half orc. Sorry. Half orc square in the chest area where the heart is. See him kind of just start to droop a little bit, and then fury sort of brings it back from the brink of death, and it turns and just grunts at you.
Bring it. I say that. I say bring it. All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Hisver, you're up.
So shocked by all this and then seeing the arrow fly into the orc, he holds up his gear again and flings it and does Toll the Dead on the orc.
Okay.
Half orc. DC 14 whiz.
Okay, that's a 16 on the die. That is a save.
Oh. Okay, and then he scurries back out the door.
Okay. Well, where the door once was.
Around the corner, so he's gonna hide. It's just...
If you scurry around the door, it's just on the ground, sort of sitting there. Next up is actually the half orc. He is going to turn and let's see.
Front.
He's going to put his hand like right at the human near him. Hey, you could have saved him. And firebolt. And that is going to hit. Firebolt is a D8, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
D10. For 3 damage, but it's enough to sort of knock Floon out. So that is his turn. And he kind of grunts and he kind of chortles a little bit.
That was a good chortle.
Thanks. That will be Prince. What's your dexterity mod?
It's a +2.
+2. So the intellect devour is also a +2. You go first.
Okay. Am I close enough to get to Floon?
Yeah, I'll say you're within 30 feet.
Okay, and when I see him go down, or when I see him get hit, do I think this is like a killing blow, or do I think this is like or do I know this from just seeing this?
It doesn't seem to just like, he's not like missing his face or anything like that, but he is severely burned now. Okay. So imagine he's kind of in the similar state to where Fives was when he got stabbed a couple of times. So.
Okay. I want to run up to Floon, or this person that I think is at Floon at least, and I want to cover myself over their body and hold up my hand and say, "Stop, stop, you can't kill this person. We need them." And see, I'm going to go with that for there and see if that
Okay,
does
give me
anything.
a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, it's a 14.
Let me see. Yeah, that's unfortunately not enough. They kind of, he thinks for a second, he looks at you. So you want to die too, huh?
And okay, for my bonus action, I'm gonna look back to my friends and I'm gonna point to Fives and I'm gonna say, "Help us, we need your help," and I'm gonna give inspiration over to him for my bonus action. And that's my turn. That's where I'm gonna end my turn there.
So next up is the tiny brain creature. It is going to kind of scutter and turn at you guys.
If I'd have known that it would attack us, I would have attacked it.
Yeah, well, this is the little brain creature, the thing that was being petted. It's not the...
Yeah. I thought it was like just a brain. I didn't know it was, well, it had
It has
feet.
feet. So it's going to scutter and then hop down from the platform and scutter over to Prince. So first attack is...
Does it have to go by me to get to Prince?
No. Because you're by the door still, because
Yeah.
you haven't moved or anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Sorry.
I
But it
just
definitely scutters
ran
up.
out recklessly.
Worth a try.
You're not a barbarian. Anyway, let's see. I rolled a 3 on the die. I'm guessing a 7 doesn't hit you.
Nope, I'm good on that one.
And then it is going to look at you with its brain face. There's no actual eyes or anything, and sort of attack your mind. Give me an int saving throw.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
Get out of my brain. Oh, I think you were frozen there for a second, Taryn.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Now who failed the int save?
In psychic damage.
Oh, there you
Sorry, you froze there for a second. What was that?
13 psychic damage. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all?
what?
That's all.
No.
And also, what's your intelligence score?
It's a 13.
An 8 doesn't beat it, so you do not lose your intelligence.
Fantastic. I'm just unconscious then.
But so your unconscious body sort of falls on top of Floon's unconscious body. They've now started a collection pile. So
The body's hit the floor.
I was just typing that.
oh, this is gonna go great. Yeah, so okay, that was Prince, Intellect of Hours. Fives, you're up.
Should I be a better teammate and get them up?
Yes.
Ah, fuck it, they left me on the ground. I'm pulling out a dagger and throwing it at the orc. Or the half-orc, rather.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
And I assume I'd have inspiration on this,
Yes.
if need be. Yep. So... where is it? So, yes, I'm definitely going to need inspiration on that, I think. Which is good. So that is 16 to hit.
That definitely hits. You don't really need to roll damage.
Okay.
It was on its last leg using Relentless Endurance last turn. So it kind of, the dagger kind of gets right next to where the arrow hit, and oh shit, and it falls over.
I did not stroll to muck and ruin my fur to let my prey be taken from me. Fuck you.
It's dead and heard none of your awesome speech,
He doesn't
unfortunately.
care. Fives is in that kind of mood where he doesn't care.
Who wants to talk?
Oh.
Yeah, so Sure. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Welcome.
Yep. I have recovered from kicking in a broken door. Alrighty. I'm going to rage, seeing my friends getting hurt. So definitely raging. And I'm going to just try and carve the brain in half with my longsword, using it with 2 hands.
Okay. So you kind of rush in.
I'm going to sprint up to the brain and what is wrong with my rolls? That's a 10. I mean, it's a brain.
It's just got a little bit of dex. It kind of, as you go to stab into it, it just scutters to the side a little bit. And it looks at you and it's like, you can almost, if it like had a face, you could see an expression of, you look like you have a low intelligence.
She doesn't. She's not too bad. Okay. That's fine. But I'm raging now, so.
Okay. Yeah. At the top of the order. So now it's back to the purple tentacle face dude. He's going to turn and look at you guys one last time and insert. He's got this sort of orbish looking key thing in his hands, and he places it into this indentation in the wall, and some blue swirling energy appears in front of him, and he turns and looks one last time at you, and as he grabs the orb and he steps to the portal, he's gone. As Harmony flips him off, just
yeah, just
I could do that with Mage Hand, but what's the point?
You could do it with your real hands.
But you can do it with 3. Yes. So moving on from that, the Mind Flayer is gone. Now, Harmony's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna get that fucking brain. Okay, I mean,
A piece of your
brain.
mind?
Sorry. 25.
All right.
Unstoppable.
Harmony is just arrow after arrow after arrow.
11 damage.
Okay.
Doesn't explode.
No, actually, for some reason, this brain is quite hardy.
It's hardy. Hardy brain.
It's definitely looking hurt, or if any of you have played 4E, bloodied. But which is a half health condition. I carry that over from my 4E days. But yeah, it is still there, and an arrow is now sticking out of it like an antenna.
Yep.
It's now picking up the Waterdevian morning news channels. So, welcome to Waterdeep 695.
Coming to you from the sewers.
Coming to you live. Okay, is that your turn, Harmony?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's all I can do.
Hisver. No, that's yes. No, that yes. You're up.
So Hisver pops around the corner again. He picks up his gear again, but this time he spins it, and 3 magic missiles come out, shooting the brain.
Okay. Give me some damage rolls on that.
4, 6, 9 total.
9 total. Just barely not enough.
Squish, squish, squish. And then he pops around.
And then the brain kind of staggers a little bit, and on it's kind of almost like trying to hold itself up with its legs, but it's looking at you guys with its non-face brain thing. It's always weird to play monsters without eyes, because it's like it's looking at you, but how do you know? That is the wizard is dead. So Prince, you're up.
So death save, I think, is all I've got.
Right. You got destroyed. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Suffer as I suffered.
I rolled a 19, which was so close.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 1, and I was like,
Yeah. So 1 success.
Yep. Okay.
And I'll just lay there for a bit more.
Just a heads up, Floon also saved his first save. So That's out of character knowledge, but just so you guys feel confident that you might not lose your.
I'm covering up some of his wounds with my wounds.
Just 2 groans from the body pile.
Yeah.
You're blood brothers now. Nice.
It is now the brain's turn. Sure, you're looking tasty.
Bring it.
That is a 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 6 plus 2, that's 8 slashing damage. So 4.
I believe I have resistance to that because I am raging.
Yeah, so it'll be 4 damage.
Yep.
So, and then make me an intelligence save.
Okay. I do actually get a +1 on this. That is a 12.
That just succeeds. So
She's not as stupid as she looks.
You feel this probe into your brain, and you and just aggressively growl it off. So
thank goodness for that +1.
literally saved your life. Yeah. So 5's you're up.
So, should I be a good teammate or a good Samaritan? He takes out a coin, flips it. As he catches it, he says, "Be awakened back into the world of nightmares." And he's going to cast Healing Word on Floon.
Terrifying way to be healed. I love it.
To be fair, he's awakening to a dying body on top of him, so...
No, under him. Under him. Oh, no, you said Floon, didn't you?
Yes, Floon.
Okay. So,
I actually rolled dice to see which one would be healed.
and how much HP do you get back?
That would be 1d4 plus 4 for a total of 7.
So 7. Wow.
Nice.
I'm a better Samaritan than my friends. I can actually heal people. I don't leave them bleeding out on the cold floor.
We didn't think this through.
They stabilized you. That's a big part of it.
It's all we can do.
Hisver like totally jammed oregano in you and like woke you up.
Moving on again. Jor.
Jor is going to look down at the brain that just tried to take a swipe at her and says, "My turn." And I'm double-handed longsword again.
Gotcha.
Oh, that is a 13.
That hits.
Oh, yay. Where's my D10? All right. So that is a 6, 12, 13, 14.
14 damage?
Yeah. Can I, if
cleave
this
this
is...
thing in two. Yeah, how do you want to do this? Let's Matt Mercer this shit.
And can I like instead of cleaving it, can I like splatter it across the wall like baseball?
Oh, are you golf swinging this?
Yes, I want to golf swing this.
Yeah, I love it. So as you kind of square up on this brain creature that is hanging on to its last leg, you just, all right, my turn, and just and it picks up and just slams into the wall, and it just, but it's more of a squishy sound. So it's a,
Please tell me it falls into a trash can.
It does now. It does now. There's a trash can sort of actually does that like sort of blinking in and out of existence thing that happened to you guys, and then it appears right beneath where the brain hit the wall, and then it drops into it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is combat. Yeah, Floon is trying to crawl out from underneath this dead bard. Give me another death saving throw real fast.
5s.
Ooh, it's a 4.
Wait. Let's leave. Should I just leave him for a moment? I mean,
5s.
I have more herbs. I can use the.
No, don't worry about it, little man. Don't worry about it.
5s.
Prince, reawaken back into the nightmare. I'm casting Healing Word again.
Okay, so you
For
guys,
8 healing this time.
that's some good healing.
As I said, better than them.
Everything's better than nothing. So Floon kind of Neverember, who has been sort of cowering in the back with a rapier up, but has not
I'm so
moved
glad
from when you guys
came.
entered. He's just like kind of, Floon!
He said I was bad.
And so he comes and he kind of picks up Floon and he shakes him and they kind of, touch foreheads in that bro moment. Floon just looks at you all. Thank you for saving me.
Yes, we did it out of the goodness of our hearts.
Well, I saw someone as I was being tortured use this path over here to leave. Maybe we should get out of here.
Yes, I need a bath. I need a serious bath. I told you I don't like sewers. It gets my fur just bad for days. Can we go?
I warned you.
Just push. Push.
I did warn you.
You did. Again, not useful, but also not wrong.
So as you guys kind of find your way into this path that Floon is guiding you towards, you guys find yourself in the cellar of what seems to be a brewery. There's a lot of supplies, some bottles, some grains, some barley, some hops. And actually, this is written into the adventure, just side knowledge. It's not just because I actually make beer for a living. But as you guys kind of find your way up out of the cellar, there's a small halfling family that is at work and is startled. Hey, what are you doing here?
Please
Just
help
passing
us.
through.
That was a lot of answers at once.
We're just passing through. Ignore the blood.
Yeah, I mean, do you really want to know?
Where did you come from?
Again, at these questions you really, really want answered.
If you just wound up in my cellar,
Jaw is very large.
could you please point me to the hole so I can plug it up? He's getting very quiet and very cowering backwards.
I don't think that we can yet. There's still that cute little thing down there. I would hate to trap it in the sewer.
Still not sure what you're talking about, but here's the door.
I'll set my hand on the halfling's shoulder, and can I make a sleight of hand check to give them 5 gold without the rest of the group knowing?
Okay. Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check.
He has to maintain an image, after
Yes.
all. Sleight of hand comes in at 18.
Yeah. Does anybody's passive perception beat that?
No.
No.
I didn't think so. We don't have a whole lot of wisdom. But yeah, so you managed to slide it in, and they kind of just and notice that you obviously did it quietly. So it's just right door, get out, please.
Of course.
Extra brew. I don't know what to do in this situation.
That pot, don't use that pot next Tuesday.
He grabs it and hands it to him. He's like, take it.
No,
Just go. Just go.
no.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Oh, okay.
Go. Just go.
Score for
This poor family.
Just get out of here.
I'm not going to use it next Tuesday, though. Okay.
We know he's weird, but he's our weird.
It's fine. I am so confused and frightened right now. This is. Just go. Please.
Of course. We really
Stopping.
And this time, as he goes, he very
caravan.
obviously puts down 2 gold as he goes out.
Okay.
Here's an image, after all.
Yeah.
You left your gold. Did you mean to leave your gold?
It
Hey,
was on
Fives, you
purpose,
forgot your
sister.
gold.
It was on purpose.
Oh,
I'm not too heartless. I'm a bastard. I'm not heartless.
sure.
So, if there's anything else you guys want to do, we can do that here, or you guys can take Renair and Floon back to Yawning Portal to go meet up with
Get that money.
Yeah.
Volo.
Yeah.
Can we
Yep.
not go to some baths first or something?
Nope.
please?
Nope. Cash first, then baths. Cash pays for baths.
Fives purposely hangs around Jaw as close as he can, just so she gets the full stench.
Smell.
So
She is.
He just got his armpit raised at her. Just
Yeah.
it's a
She's
mix of soaked cat and sewage.
Yep.
It's not a nice mix.
Yeah. She is used to that sort of thing, and in fact does an armpit raise of her own, and is like,
I mean, the gnome
Yeah.
was probably chest deep at some point, so you all just,
Yeah.
Point.
What is fun? Like brown from the chest down.
Oh, it rhymes and it's gross. Moving on to the yawning portal. You guys, whoa.
That was
I just lost a monitor, so that's fun.
there you are.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Do you see this blue light?
Yeah.
Yes,
that I encompass myself in. I'm gonna move my camera so I'm actually looking at it real fast. It's been one of those tech issues days. Good thing is we're wrapping up the session soon. So so as you guys make your way back to the yawning portal, it appears Volo never left. He's at the same table, the same books strewn out, and the same clothes he was in yesterday when you guys left him.
And after my own heart.
He is wildly scratching over paper, writing some things down. And as he looks up, he gets a very vibrant, excited look in his eye. And he rushes up and gives Floon a big hug and then recoils a bit with the smell and then comes back.
We're all real gross.
To be
You're
fair,
not your friend, though.
I petitioned that we go clean up first. They ignored me. Just to
How
put that
about
on
you
the
go
record.
clean up, and we will get our gold.
No.
Didn't think so. Okay.
Let me find my my Volo accent again. So, about the gold. I confess that I might not have but a few coins to spare.
Okay, I found a pot.
That's good. But I did promise you something for your troubles. So never let it be said that Volo regains on a promise. But I'm here to present something much more valuable. And he kind of
You
rummages in
better.
the stuff, and he pulls out a scroll tube. Says, "This is the deed to a remarkable property here in Waterdeep. We'll need a magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership, and I'll arrange a meeting with one after you've inspected the state and deemed it satisfactory. It is in the North Ward, and it's called Troll Skull Manor."
I think he's trying to sell us a timeshare.
Not sure what a timeshare is, but this is a deed. This would just be yours. This would be a collective place. It used to be an inn, tavern. You could do that. Just go check it out. It's worth much more than the 500 gold that I promised you all.
If I might ask a favor, this magistrate to overlook the whole procedure,
Yes.
can you tell me the name first? I have to make sure it's not one that I've angered and crossed in the past, shall we say?
Or
I
met
will-
in any capacity, really.
I will check with him, and then I'll make sure there's no. I'll find one that works. I promise. I just don't have
It
one.
might be hard. It might be a bit
Yeah.
hard, but I'm sure you will.
Can I open the scroll now just to make sure that he's
Yeah.
not fleecing us? Okay, then I'm
Yeah,
going
it's
to take
a-
it and open it.
Inspecting the scroll, it is definitely what he says it is. It is a deed made out for the property of Troll Skull Manor in the North Ward.
Okay, great.
Fine. We accept, but you owe me a beer.
I can do that.
Fair.
I can do that. I can turn in round. And so with that, I think we'll cut to unless you guys want to inspect it in the morning or tonight. You guys can rest and then go and check out the property. And then he tells you guys that the next day at high noon that he wants to meet you guys at the magistrate's office to get everything signed and taken care of. So you guys have most of the morning to go check out the property. Yeah.
I
Cool.
think for this
Are we
entire.
gonna?
Oh, go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead.
Oh,
gonna
I was
go.
just gonna say that during this entire time, I think Prince is very like being like, "Oh yeah, this is a good compensation. I'm okay with this," and he's very polite about this entire transaction that he kind of feels screwed out of. But no, he's not gonna say anything about it.
Yeah.
Fives is just silent, other than as he drums his fingers on the table. Every time the finger makes contact, he make sure it's his claws that make contact, so it's that incessant clicking noise.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you're not actually doing this. I'm really excited about this property, although I'm having trouble reading some of the words on the scroll. I'm not sure what a magistrate is either, but I'm excited. I've never owned a building.
I have. It was an adventure, to say the least. You don't want the details, Harmony. No. Yes, let's just say you don't want the details, little Faye. Be too corrupt. You're too innocent.
Jor.
Jor wanted the cash, but now she's thinking about being able to move her business into a better neighborhood, maybe get some better clients. And she's coming around to the idea. She's like, I'm still expecting, that round of beer, but you're right.
Are we going to discuss the thing in the sewer?
Oh, the thing with the
thing that was petting the brain?
Yeah.
Thing.
I thought you were talking about the thing you were never going to have as a pet, Harmony, especially if we're sharing a building.
No, I really needed to go back and get that.
You're not having it as a pet. We have a shared space now.
You're not my mom.
I don't have any comeback to that.
It's true. We should probably talk about that. It doesn't seem altogether good.
Well, I suppose that Floon would be able to give us more information.
Yeah.
Or we could just drown our worries.
We've done our job.
Exactly. We can drown our worries in drink now. Ignore it.
I'm sure it's fine.
Problem.
So you guys drink the night away. Lolo, Floon, and Neverember are taking turns buying rounds for you guys.
As they should.
And as a gift from Neverember, he is going to say, thank you for saving me and saving my friends, or my friend. You're going to have to pay an estate tax when you sign this deed over. So, and it gives you a bag of 25 gold. Just that's for that. So, where he's procured this bag of 25 gold since he's been with you guys the entire time, you're not really sure, but
don't want to know.
Mm-hmm. So, but we'll pick up next week with you guys all having signed the deed and inspecting your newfound home. So we're going to go around one more time, say who you are, who you played, and then what your favorite thing about the session was. I'm Taryn. I'm the DM. Played everybody. And my favorite thing was all of my word slips and the fact that you guys both got obliterated and did some obliterating. So it was definitely a lot of fun there. We'll start with Sam. Darcy, not Sam Yule.
Okay. I am on Twitter as 65th Victor. And my favorite moment of the night was that adorable little green ball trying to play dead. And then peeking up at me, and then it disappeared in the hallway, never to be seen again. And I will never stop thinking about it for the rest of my days. I want that. I want it so bad.
I'm sorry for tempting you with it.
You didn't have to make it so adorable. It was so cute. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Samuel.
If we can be found somewhere else on Twitch, should we say that as well?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Twitch,
Okay.
Twitter, whatever.
Okay, so I'm Samuel, the other Sam. I can be found on Twitch as Eldritch Warlock, or I can actually be found here. I can be found on Twitter as Eldritch Warlock. My bad. But I can be found on Twitch on the RPG Lab on Mondays, with a new campaign starting this Monday, actually. My favourite moment of tonight would be the very start of it. I came in with so many plans for that fight. Just gone, just straight out the window, straight away. And I love that because that's just, to me, so D&D. You make all these plans and the dice just say, nope, fuck you, we're saying what's happened here. That was just brilliant for me. And that's everything.
Okay. Matt.
I'm Matt. You can find me on my couch in about 10 minutes. My favorite part of the session was the queuing up of the brain and smashing the wall and sliding into an ethereally appearing trash can. The height of D&D art.
Can't argue with that one. Alex.
I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at AlexCatu, and I definitely also enjoyed punting the brain.
It's a pretty brilliant moment. So, and then we'll finish up with Corey.
Awesome. My name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on the internet in the same places. And my favorite part from tonight was when we didn't die, because there were some spots where it was a possibility, and I'm really glad that we all lived and realized maybe when some of us level up that we might want to take healing spells just in case.
Just in case the guy with the healing spell does get down first.
Just in
Not
case.
that had ever happened.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty fair. And on that note, I will mention that you guys did level up to level 2. So that is a thing that happened. You guys are not quite as squishy anymore. Thank you guys, everybody who joined us to watch today. Really appreciate you guys being lively in chat. Didn't get a chance to watch because I was having technical issues and running a game. But I imagine that it was all hilarious, and I will go back and read through all that. You can find us next Friday, same time, same place at Variant Rolls, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, with all of my fantastic players. Thank you guys for hanging out on my birthday with me. It was, I imagined a better way to sort of wrap up a good day with some great games and some great players. So check us out on our other streams, Saturday at 11:30 Central, Monday at 6:30 Central, and Thursday at 7:30 Central, and switch everything else for Eastern and all that. You guys know how time zones work. But yeah, so join us next week, and thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.